Hi everyone, my name is Deborah and welcome to the Edit by DH. Welcome to another video. In today's video, I am barefaced for a reason, and if you've seen the thumbnail, you'll know it's because of the new Natasha Denona Foundation launch called the Hy-Glam Foundation. When I saw this, I was really intrigued simply because I have her Hy-Glam concealer already, 2 shades. Actually, a friend gifted me these very kindly way back when it first launched. I don't think I ever did a review on it, but I do a beauty edit. I try to do it weekly, but sometimes it's a bit ambitious, and that's where I just show you my best products specifically for foundation, for concealer, for contour, etc. And yes, I definitely did a post about this concealer because it's literally my favorite concealer ever since I got my hands on it. I use 2. One is shade N2, N for neutral, and that one is like my skin tone color, and then N1 is a little bit light for me, but I use that literally for my under eye concealer. So because I barely use under eye concealer, still a lot of product left, but for N2 it's run out. It's well and truly loved, and I'm still trying to scrape as much as I can out of it, as you may see. So because I have these concealers already, which is part of the same Hy-Glam collection, for me it was a no-brainer. When I saw the foundation launched, I was like, I've got to get my hands on it, and these are perfect for skin. The focus of this video and review is obviously the Hy-Glam foundation. Now, when I read into it, just to give you a very quick summary, it says it's hydrating, it's blurring, it's a long wear serum foundation with radiant creaseless coverage. All of those words are like music to my ears. I love hydrating foundations. I love anything radiant. I'm not a matte finish foundation kind of girl. Obviously, nobody wants creases, and obviously everybody wants a little bit of blurring, and it's long wear. Now, long wear should have really been the key word, perhaps even blurring when it came to this foundation finish. I just suppose naively I heard the word radiant and I assumed it would be super glowy. I mean, maybe it will be, but when I got the foundation bottle, I was surprised to see that it's a matte finish. Now, when I used to work in the beauty industry, usually a good guide, and maybe some of you might know this, some of you might not, a usual rule of thumb when you go into any beauty shop and brand is that if the foundation is more of a radiant finish, it'll usually be in like a clear bottle or glass, should I say, and if it's sort of this frosted kind of packaging, it usually means it's a matte finish, and it's a dead quick giveaway to tell you what kind of finish it is. So I don't know if this is an exception. We shall find out. I haven't tried it on my face yet. I swatched it earlier just so that I could include a swatch for this video. I also decided to get the Hy-Glam powder foundation. Now, I'm a huge fan of powder foundation, and I used to really love the 𝕕𝕤𝕗 one. I think it was a soft moisture powder foundation, and that was like my go-to, and it lasted so long. I don't use a lot of it, even though I use it daily, if that makes sense. Now, unfortunately, as with all good things, it has to come to an end, and it has sadly discontinued, so I cannot get my hands on it. And I'm so sad. That's the second product this year, different brands, where something I absolutely love and swear by has been discontinued. So I did try the Dior one, but I'm still making my mind up about it, just simply because it kind of oxidizes. So I'll apply it, it looks okay, and then it sort of looks warmer than what it is in the pan, which is not ideal. I hate things that oxidize. So I'm really interested to see what this powder is like. And again, I've obviously swatched it for you to just see what it's like, but I haven't tried it on my face yet. As always, I'll go through all the products. I'll give you all the information from the brand itself, as well as a try on. I love to show you swatches in natural light. Although I'm in natural light right now, I always do swatches separately just so that it's the most accurate representation of what it looks like in real life versus on the screen. So I'm very hot on that. And as always, I'll give you my honest opinions. Because I have the N2 Hy-Glam concealer, which I already know is perfect shade for my skin, I just used that as a generic guide to get the N2 foundation. So I really hope it's the right shade. And one thing I'll say is when I was doing a swatch, I did the smallest pump, and my God, a little bit goes a long way. So I'll just put that out there already. The 𝕬𝕗𝕬𝕑 foundation comes in 52 shades and it is 30 mils. And I think 30 mils is really the standard. If your foundation brand is giving you less than 30, we're just being robbed at this stage. Now, if you are somebody that doesn't have access to a Natasha Denona, I don't think, do Natasha Denonas have counters? I don't think she has freestanding stores. I don't know, maybe in the States she does, but I know she has counters in Sephora, and I don't know if there's any other places you can shop it, but please let me know. I don't mean online retailers, I mean physical stores. So I would love to know if she has any actual freestanding stores, because as far as I'm aware, she doesn't. So I know it's quite difficult for people to either have access to Sephora, maybe like me, you can't be bothered to go in and swatch. So in that case, there is a quiz online that you can just answer a couple of questions and then it recommends a shade for you. Now, when I went through it, it matched me to N3, which was interesting, which is the shade above mine, which is N2. There are different undertones, like Y is yellow, P is pink or peach, I'm assuming. N is neutral, which is the one that I have. So N2, which is the shade that I've got, is described as a fair light neutral. And then the one they matched me with is just a light neutral. So just to give you an idea. So before I apply this, it says, continuing the biomimetic technology in the best-selling Hy-Glam concealer, Natasha formulates the Hy-Glam Foundation, a medium buildable, self-setting, hybrid-powered by Japanese amino acid pigments, Korean technology, and developed in world-leading Italian labs. A radiant serum foundation for all skin types with skincare benefits exceeding marketing efficacy levels to even skin tone, balance excess oil, and reduce visible signs of aging, all with up to 18 hours of wear. Saying it's radiant blurring finish, creaseless, self-setting formula, which is interesting, hypoallergenic, non-comedogenic, safe for sensitive skin, lasts up to 18 hours, and it's talc-free. So I've already prepped my skin with skincare, obviously, and now I'm just going to go in with the foundation. I'm just going to do the tiniest pump, just because earlier I saw how a little went a long way. So that's the amount, and obviously I can add more. So I'm going to use a foundation brush. So usually I like to start from the center of my face, as that's where I tend to have the most pigmentation. So I'm just going to do one side of my face, just so that you can see the difference, hopefully. And because I recently came back from Thailand, Bangkok, my skin is not the greatest. I feel like whenever I fly, because I usually hate using the toilet in the plane, I don't tend to drink a lot of water, which I know is terrible because your skin naturally gets dry and dehydrated when you're flying. So when I come back from holiday, I immediately see the difference to my skin. So that's one side done, but it was obviously very light coverage. So let me just do another pump. Maybe that was a bit too small, too ambitious. It gives coverage, but it's super lightweight. Like when on the hand, it feels very creamy, but on the skin, it feels quite like liquid, almost watery, rather than richer like a balm foundation, if that makes sense. I feel like it'll definitely be buildable. And I think if I were going out just a regular day, this would be enough coverage. So it was sort of like 1.5 pumps of the foundation, and it comfortably covered my face. So I want to just keep it on and let it sit and simmer and marinate whilst I just do my concealer. So I'm just going to go in with the Hy-Glam concealer in N1. Like I said, this is what I use to brighten under my eyes. I literally use the tiniest amount, just like to slightly brighten up my under eyes. I don't want it to look like overly done. And sometimes I do feel like the more product that is on under the eyes, the more it creases and shows up. So I think it just looks really good. Really, 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 really good. However, if I want to go on a night out, I perhaps would like to do a little bit more coverage to be a little bit more flawless, but only in key areas. So this is where I would use the powder foundation. But before I do, I'll obviously give you more information about it. So it's called the Flex Tech Hybrid Powder. And again, you can do the quiz as to what would be the right shade for you, but again, I just chose N2. Encapsulating the luminosity of Natasha's cutting-edge Hy-Glam Primer Serum, the Hy-Glam Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier is a revolutionary all-over face glow powder designed to bring radiance, skincare benefits, and artistry together in one innovative product. This talc-free formula is infused with skin-loving ingredients that hydrate and nourish while perfecting the complexion, giving you flawless, glowing skin that looks as healthy as it feels. This hybrid multifunctional highlighting bouncy powder introduces a whole new level of makeup innovation. With its unique texture, the powder melts seamlessly into the skin, delivering a second skin luminosity that never looks heavy, chalky, or glittery. It can be applied all over the face for a soft, radiant finish, layered as a highlighter on targeted areas, or even used to enhance the eyes and décolleté for a cohesive glow. Available in 4 versatile shades, the Hy-Glam Glow Beautifier complements every skin tone and occasion. Whether you're aiming for a subtle daytime sheen or a bold, radiant evening look, this powder adapts effortlessly to your needs. With a weight of 10 grams, it's generously sized while remaining sleek and portable, making it an essential addition to any modern makeup routine. With a refillable pan, this product ensures sustainability and convenience for your beauty routine. So that's great to know that it has a refillable pan. So obviously it's a matte finish, it's medium buildable coverage, protects skin against environmental stresses, supports skin's natural elasticity and hydration, and it's anti-inflammatory. So just to show you inside, obviously I have swatched it so it doesn't look as neat. And then obviously that sponge, so it's like this, and it's got a corner little pocket, I don't know what you call it. So I am literally going to apply this powder foundation where I normally apply powder foundation, which is normally like where I have the most pigmentation, where I'm reddest on my skin. So right now when I look at my skin, everything looks really nice, but on my cheeks, I do feel like I could do with a little bit more coverage, which is usually where I apply it. Wow, that is a lot. And it has just instantly mattified, which is nice. Now the sponge is nice and, well, spongy, but I want to try it with a brush that I normally use for powder foundation, and it's the 𝕗𝕠𝕣𝕘𝕗 brush. Because I think this brush just applies powder foundation usually like a dream. Now a few observations already. I would say when I first applied the liquid foundation, it had more of a radiant finish as it stated, but it wasn't like super glowy. It's a very subtle radiant finish. So if you're that person who doesn't like super glowy foundation finishes, you don't want to be seen by NASA from space, then I think this is a good foundation for you. And for me as well, I usually love glowy foundations, but living in a hot and humid country, I do think this foundation will be great for me, especially the long lasting. I mean, we'll have to see how long it lasts, but the long lasting thing is definitely something that'll be very helpful for this climate. But definitely there was a slight radiance and slight radiant finish to it. Now, as soon as I've applied this powder, it's instantly mattified my skin, which isn't a bad thing. It does say it's a matte finish, so it's doing what it says on the packet. And I would say in terms of blurring, both claim that it helps with a poreless finish or it helps to blur. I say more than the liquid foundation, this powder definitely has helped to blur out some of my pores, because I have mainly dry skin, but around my nose area, like the T-zone, I have larger pores, and that's where I feel like it's definitely smoothed out with the powder foundation. Now, my biggest concern with anything matte, not just with this brand, in general, is usually if it like highlights texture in my skin. It's something that I'm always super duper conscious about as somebody with dry skin and with eczema. Even though it doesn't really seem like it, I take great care of my skin. So that's the number one thing I was actually looking out for. And when I look at my skin, I can't see any dry texture, which is incredible. As to whether it will remain that way in the next few hours is another thing, but as an instant report back and instant impression, I would say I am so impressed with it, really. Also with the powder, I have to say, I feel like it's a little bit warmer than my foundation. Just a tad, it's barely noticeable. So I could technically go down a shade for the powder foundation, maybe even, dare I say, N1. But it's by the by, and really I'm happy to use up this foundation powder. So let me just quickly finish off my look so I'm not like a pale ghost while speaking to you. So what I'll do is I will continue to wear this foundation, both liquid and powder, daily. And if there is anything significant to report back, I will pin it in a comment down below this video. I don't know if you guys will agree with me, but I generally feel that Natasha Denona is just one of those brands where you know it's a safe bet. You know you're going to get color payoff, you know you're going to get good quality, you know it's going to work well for your skin, your eyes, your lips. It's become one of those staple brands for me. I usually find with some makeup brands, like they'll be very good at like skincare or foundations, but not so good with color products, and vice versa. Some that are very good with color products, but not so good with the skincare or foundation. And I feel like Natasha Denona's brand is one of those brands where it just hits the mark on both fronts. Just going to quickly mist my face, because even though I have no texture on my face whatsoever, I just like to mist my face as part of my makeup routine in general. That is so refreshing, and I love the smell of it. All the products I have worn today, including the Natasha Denona products, of course, I will link down below. It was a very short but sweet video. Please let me know what you think of the final look. What do you think of the final finish? I absolutely love it. And like I said and promised, I will wear it for the next couple of days daily just to try it out. And if there are any significant updates, I'll obviously let you know in the pinned comment down below. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Take care.